About the artist.
About the artist.
About the artist. About the artist.
About the artist.
About the artist.
About the artist.
About the artist.
About the artist.
About the artist. Let me know.
Welcome back to another Monday, another day at school, maybe for you. Another day at Prowl Radio, which you are now listening to. We are Prowl Radio, your audio tour of the 414, and you are listening to About the Artist with me, Mitra. And for once, I've got a cool and very fun and very exciting special group guests. Yeah, do you guys want to introduce yourselves?
Yeah. We are Oogwé. My name is Kalyan.
My name is Gerard.
And my name is Adrien.
Oh,
You're gonna have to get
you have to
real
get
close.
way
I know.
closer. Get closer.
You're gonna have to get real close. Hey guys.
My name is Adrien.
We have Oogwé in the studio with us today, right off the tail of releasing their new and their first even EP. Very exciting.
Oh yeah.
Big.
And
big.
having a release party.
Oh yeah.
How was that?
That was
That
so
was
fun.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Magical.
There were so many friendly faces there. So many people showed up. Everybody was so supportive.
Yeah,
It was an outpouring of love. I
Yeah,
mean.
and I was nervous because I thought it was going to be like 40, maybe 50 people, but another show of like a lot of like our friends' bands got canceled.
Oh, really?
And, like a lot of them showed up.
Yeah.
One of the
So
bands had
it was-
mono.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Canceled the show.
Oh wait, was that at like was that
That was a high dive.
High Dive?
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
it. Oh my
Um,
gosh.
But yeah, I was expecting like 40, maybe 50. I think it was probably like 80.
Yeah.
It
something
was
like that.
it was
It was
very
a lot of
packed.
people.
You
It
could
was
have fit
awesome.
everyone in the house.
Yeah.
No, absolutely not.
No,
Yeah,
I
like-
came in and everyone's outside listening too.
Yeah.
Jumping at the windows and stuff.
Well, that's so awesome. So that means today, guys, a special treat for you because you're probably sick of hearing my voice. You get to hear Oogwé talk about their inspirations in history and everything. And I'm just gonna, I'm so excited. If you have questions, put them in the chat, the live chat that we have on our website. Or you could always just DM me, or if you know Oogwé, any of the members, I'm sure, would be like, just tell us.
We'll have the ringer on.
Yeah. Tell us if you have any questions.
That's what I did before we started.
Yeah.
I was like, that would be so embarrassing.
Tell us if you have any questions. But we're gonna kick things off by playing a track that they picked off of their new EP. It was their lead single, I believe.
Mhm.
Yeah,
Yes.
Rose. It's also kind of my favorite of their songs. So here is Rose. Do you wanna tell the people what that sample is from?
Yeah.
Jerry,
I'm gonna look it up.
Okay.
Because I don't know. This is Jared's like the sample master for this EP.
I mean, most of them.
There's a handful of ones that are
Yeah.
me and some are that are Adrien. But it's the sample at the end of that song, Rose.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
It's like I don't really know like the origin of it because I don't really watch anime like that.
Is it this one?
Yeah.
Azumanga Daioh.
Yeah.
Ah.
Yeah, it's from that, but I just found it on like some random YouTube video and I was like, this is funny, I should use it.
It's probably if an anime is 1 season long, it's probably fire. to be honest.
Probably.
Cowboy Bebop is 1 season long.
I thought that was 2.
Didn't they make a live action that everyone hated?
Yeah.
They
Yeah.
did, yeah. No, I'm pretty sure Cowboy Bebop's. It's like 13 episodes. It's like
26,
really
26
26
Yeah,
episodes.
yeah.
Well, isn't Evangelion also 1 season?
26. Yeah, it's all. That one's 24.
Interesting. That's
Nice.
weird that you know that by heart. I'm not gonna question it.
But in relation to the sample, I got a text from my boy Will the day that it dropped, the EP dropped, and the first thing he says is he texts me about the "Oh my God" sample. The bro recognized it, was like, I was freaking out.
Oh, wait.
It was awesome.
All right.
So really
I
funny.
saw you had like a giveaway of a shirt for whoever.
Yes,
Yes.
that's what I was gonna talk about.
Adam won that. Shout out Adam Ramawi.
He was so fast.
Prowl Radio's very
He
own
was
Adam.
so fast. Prowl's own Adam. He got it in like. I don't think he even got to listen to the whole EP. He just like scrubbed through and tried to find where the sample was because it was only out for like 20 minutes before he was able to identify like the exact spot where we put the.
You
Wind
picked
Waker
like the
sample.
most obscure sample that we have in there to like do the shirt giveaway for, and he got it in like
Adam
20
got it.
minutes.
What was the sample from?
It was a Wind Waker something.
Yeah, it was from
That one I didn't pick.
Yeah, that was a cow one.
That one was from Legend of Zelda: The Wind Waker on the GameCube, the little cartoon cel-shaded one where they go on the sea. And the sample is from when you're on the boat searching for treasure and you go past like the little aura thing and it goes as you
Alright,
get
bro.
closer.
Yeah.
That's crazy that he picked up on that. For those at home, Adrien almost fell off his chair.
that
He was
was
blown away
dangerous.
by the joke.
Super.
was that on? That wasn't on Rose, was it?
No, that one's on
I think Rose only had 1 sample.
Yeah.
that one's
It's
on
like-
Movements.
Movements.
Yeah.
When we play movements later, keep your ears out for that because Adam got it so fast.
Yeah.
I have a question for you guys. What? I hope so. Why Oogwé? What does it mean?
All right. So I'm going to try and go back to maybe 1.5 years ago when we just started playing together. We did not have a band name yet. We were discussing it. I think I wanted a name that sounded aquatic.
Yeah.
And my mind went like aquatic to turtles, and then to turtles to Master Oogwé from Kung Fu Panda.
Yeah.
And I was like, Oogwé. And I thought it was cool because it reminded me of like the band named Mogwai.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oogwé's sick.
Yeah. So I just kind of brought it up, and it kind of stuck. It changed the spelling to avoid any potential cease and desists.
Yeah.
And I think
It
like
does look cool, yeah.
yeah, I think like a couple months later, I wanted to change it to like I think Konami Code or something.
I think it was. I was thinking about that.
But like looking back, that would have been such a corny band name.
Oh, dude, I was
I'm
thinking
pretty-
about that today, and I was like, I don't know. I wouldn't mind Konami Code, actually. That'd be kind of cool. But I think there was some stipulation about, like, having the, like, up, down, like, in the name. And I was like, I don't know how to do, like, we can't. I don't want to figure that out.
Your band logo could be.
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
that was it. Like,
Yeah.
like the
That's what
graphics.
I think that's what I meant.
But I was like, I'm drawing the line, like, this is too complicated.
Yeah.
So, but we still insist on the accent on the E for some reason.
Yeah.
Because otherwise it's like, I guess.
Because if there isn't an accent, it's Oogwé.
Yeah, it's ugly.
Ah,
Oogwé.
Oogwee. Yeah, it would be Oogwee.
Oogwee.
No, I think
We
the
got-
spelling's better. I like
We
that.
got we opened for a really cool math rock band from New Jersey called Floral, and as he was closing, he was like, "Shout out Oogwé," and it was like,
It was
I
funny.
mean, I guess
it,
we're on
it was funny.
the other bands got it right, and they were
Yeah.
last. So they heard
Yeah.
they heard Oogwé like 4 times. But
Yeah.
it could have been a joke because he was a
He-
silly guy.
He did. I do remember him having a few drinks, which to each their own.
Oh, that's awesome. I did not know there was a Kung Fu Panda connection.
Yeah, definitely is. That is our namesake.
You'd think you'd have more turtle imagery then.
You would think. I mean, I think the furthest we've gotten is like our Instagram bio. I don't even know if
We'll
it's
throw
still
the
there.
turtle emoji in there.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, that'd be
Like
cute,
Like
yeah.
a little Easter egg for the fans. Okay. Well, I want to play a couple of the songs and artists that inspired you guys in the making of this EP. So why don't we talk about your 2 songs first, and we'll do Adrian's after. We can play 2 songs and play one of your songs, and then we'll have So do you guys want to intro each of your songs?
The one I picked out is called Idea by Origami JP. This is a really, really sick math rock band that only existed for like a year. And I got put on to Origami JP by the drummer of a band called The Invalids. And they also, do you remember, it was the drummer for, that subbed for Floral.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Yeah,
No, I
he,
remember.
Mr. Chokehold.
Mr.
himself.
Chokehold, yeah. There's an artist called, there's a label called Chokehold Artist that does a lot of like
Math
Midwest math rock stuff. And they were at one of our shows. They were playing drums with the band Floral as a sub, and I was talking shop with them. Got some recommendations. They put me on this band called Pele, which is a really old post-rock band from Milwaukee.
Yeah, Local Heroes.
Local Heroes. And then they also put me on Origami JP. And this song is super sick. I love the drums on it. The guitar lines remind me a lot of all the stuff that I try to write. It's very reminiscent of Oogwé-esque tunes. And the album cover's sick. That's
Awesome.
Idea.
You guys can see the album cover on our website too.
Boom. Oh my god.
And what's your song, Gerard?
Mine is it's called Yeah, What's It Tuba by Girlfriends. Girlfriends was pretty much like the basis of what I wanted this band to sound like initially, and I think we're getting pretty close.
TV Box is like pretty of that
yeah.
ilk.
Yeah, but Girlfriends like always just perplex me because like I listen to like a lot of like emo music, and especially like the current wave, 5th wave of emo music, and Girlfriends, they put this album out, I want to say early 2000s, and it's like proto 5th wave. And it's really cool, and I love every song off this album. There's never a moment in time I'm not listening to this album, and this song in particular I really like. I mean, I like all of the songs off of the album, though, so I just picked this one because I had a funny name.
It does. I really like the name.
Also, plugging friend Jonathan Joseph.
Oh,
my
of Bad Roommate fame.
Yes.
Also fucking loves this album.
Yeah,
Big
I was
fan.
the one who put him onto it.
Yeah.
Let's go.
Tastemaker
Credit where
over
credit
here.
is due.
You heard it here first. If anyone in Milwaukee recommends Girlfriends, it started here. It started with Jared. He
Yeah.
put everyone onto it.
Yeah.
And we're doing it again. So first up here is Idea from Origami JP.
What do you think, Finn? Can we pull back the veil of static and reach into the source of all being behind this curtain of patterns, this random pattern generator? So clever. Right here in every home, watching us from a one-sided mirror.
Awesome sauce.
That was Television Box. You wanna tell us a bit about it?
So that was I think that was the one song off the EP that I wrote, because usually in our band it's either Adrien or Kalyan. They'll write something, and then whoever wrote for, like, we all just fill in our parts. This was the song where I brought the idea first, and I wrote the beginning bass line to it. And after a while, it just kind of evolved into, like, this really intense thing. And I decided to do vocals on it because I kind of always wanted to be like a drummer and vocalist at the same time. I'm like pretty inspired by like Under Oath and Hail the Sun.
Yeah.
But yeah, this was the song I chose to do it to because it's heavy, and also it's not the hardest to play on drums, but you know, singing and playing isn't easy by itself. But yeah, some fun facts about recording vocals for this. When I recorded all of it, it was all in one day. I was sick, and almost all of the takes were one takes.
It's true.
So
It's true.
Yeah.
yeah, it was
I have
it was
another-
crazy.
I have another little secret to share about the making of the song too. Jared did a little bit of the bass stuff too, as well. When we were recording it, I recorded the first part, and then when we got to the super heavy part, I was like having a crazy brain fart, so Jared hopped on for a little bit. So that was kind of fun. And also, we used to have, there was like an early version, like one of the drafts of the first time we did the vocals where we had some panning vocals left to right where it would echo like black left to right, and then we cut it real quick because like, oh shoot,
Yeah,
it's
we
really
were-
corny.
We were trying to do some like cool like Deftones thing with that, but it just we're too early. We were too early in our like our recording days to try and achieve something
Yeah.
like that.
If I had like another 2 weeks,
Yeah.
maybe I could have worked something out, but it just wasn't.
Yeah.
And that was the last song we recorded.
Yeah,
so it
this
like-
was also recording vocals for it were super last minute. I think we tracked vocals like what, maybe 2 weeks before we put the whole thing out.
I didn't even know there were lyrics to the song until you
Yeah.
showed up to studio. I'm gonna
Yeah.
be real. That was
I
a
sent
good
them.
surprise.
I sent them like twice.
I didn't think we were gonna get to it. I
Oh,
was
you
so
were like,
surprised.
this is just in case.
Yeah, this is like a
If we
back.
have
This is like
time.
for future. But no, we pulled that shit off.
Yeah.
it was awesome.
That's
Super sick.
Yeah. How was recording? Was it
It was-
did you have to did you book a place or did you just do it at home? Like, what-
Well, so we went to the basement of UW Milwaukee in the studio,
Hell yeah.
and we just recorded down there. Shout out Nathaniel Haering, professor here, Goat Talk.
Yeah, because we would like accidentally, like, it would just like stop working, like the whole studio would stop working, and then we'd have to end the session, and then I'd have to email Nathan and be like, Nathan, can you please fix the studio? And then the next time we recorded, everything would run flawlessly.
Yeah.
So there are a couple little problems along the way.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, there's like a power conditioner down there that had to get installed. It's a little Furman because the electric in that whole building is so bad. Like Adrian's Vox amp the tubes would like go to half volume after an hour just because like the outlet couldn't handle being used anymore. It was kind of silly, but yeah, it was a really interesting experience down there. There's a lot of bands that do practice or record down there. There's a little whiteboard at the back. It's like a little community. Like everybody writes their little signature of their
that's so
band. It's awesome.
That's awesome.
Pretty sick.
Okay, well, we got more music for you guys. Related to that, we have Banquet by Bloc Party. Do you guys want to talk about? Because you guys used to cover it.
Yes.
Yeah.
At the very start of Oogwé, it was like heavily dance inspired. So one of the songs that we used to cover was Banquet, along with we did like a Sweet Trip cover for like 3 shows ever.
Yeah,
Um,
that one was also
We
too
did
hard.
Comin' by Weather Day.
Yeah, we did Come In by Weather Day for many shows. That was our opener for a while.
Yeah.
But yeah, Banquet. My personal experience with Bloc Party is I used to play this snowboarding game on the GameCube called SSX On Tour, and this song specifically was in there. And it was really interesting how they used it because they would take the instrumental of it and they would it was kind of like a Sonic game where like if you're speeding up, they'll put like a high pass filter over it, and they'll also use just the instrumental for like menu music, and it's all like they took all this like early 2000s Bloc Party-esque music and put it in like the game and put it like to you, so that it could like be used in the game in different ways. And so I correlate this song with like that era of me as a kid sitting in front of a TV playing the GameCube. I thought that was like it's really cool to be able to like, it makes my inner child very happy to be able to like perform that. But what are you guys' experience with Bloc Party?
So when I was like first learning how to play drums, I was like super into like break beats and stuff of that nature. I listened to this album just by random chance. I think I got like a recommendation off of YouTube, and I listened to like the full album, and the drummer, or the previous drummer of Bloc Party, I believe his name's Matt Tong. He's like such a huge inspiration. I remember I learned the entirety of this album, Silent Alarm.
Oh my god.
And yeah, definitely. And that was like in my early days of learning, and like that definitely influenced a lot of the way I play, especially now. So yeah.
This album's really good.
Yep. Isn't there a song from this album that's in the show Friends?
Maybe.
Yeah,
Like
yeah.
Eating
Is
Glass?
there?
Is it that one?
Oh.
No, it's This Modern Love.
This Modern Love, yes.
I love
It's
that
at
song.
It's one of the season finales.
That's fire.
I only know that because I watched like an edit on YouTube.
Fire.
The show and the song.
This
Yeah.
band was huge in the UK when I was growing up. Like,
Did you? Oh my God! Did
I
you know about the secret track off of this one?
What's the
Skeleton.
no.
Ho ho. Yeah, there's a secret track that's
Yeah.
only on one version of the album. I don't know what
It
region is.
So that was the first.
I
Bloc
love
Party
that song.
I heard.
I did not know that. That's
Skeleton.
I will be hunting for that later.
It's the YouTube video of it has like this spooky, scary skeletons edit, and it's the only version of it.
That was what
Yeah.
I saw. That was what put me onto Bloc Party.
Yeah.
That's so
Yeah.
funny. Okay, well, we will play Banquet by Bloc Party, and we'll also play Death and Romance by Magdalena Bay, which you can talk about after I think we've played it. Yeah. So, first up here is Bloc Party.
I start a smoking gun.
last forever. Romance and death keep us together. My hands, your hands, I'll hold forever. No way I'll break, hold me not ever. Yeah, I give and you give till it's all that we have. You know nothing is better than death and romance. Yeah, I give and you give till it's all that we have. You know nothing is better than death and romance. And you give till it's all that you have.
All right, that was Death and Romance by Magdalena Bay, which was Adrian's pick. Do you want to speak to the people? Tell them why.
That was my my muse for the production on this album, and obviously the production on Staggering Beauty is because that album is like revered for how well produced it is, how good it sounds. But I heard that in my girlfriend's car, and the bass is just unbelievable. I would do my impression of it. I don't think it'll come across on the mic. But it was shaking the car, and I was like, well, I want my kick drum to sound that big. And the way it kind of explodes into the chorus was like, you can kind of hear that on Flash Shadows, and yep. That's like before the chorus, and then the chorus is like Right. No more samples, I guess, but yeah, that was like my number one. Like, I really want this EP to sound like this, and so all of the kick drums on Staggering Beauty, they're way up. They're super turned up, and they got a lot of low end, and the bass is really loud. I figured I would make the bass really loud anyway, because the bass is a super important part of us as a three-piece. It's usually very melodic. But yeah. Did you guys ever listen to that album?
What?
Imaginal Disc?
Yes.
No.
It's goated.
Really,
so
you
goated.
didn't?
I did
You've
not.
escaped it somehow.
It's really good.
Yeah.
I had a coworker put me on, and then I didn't listen to it for like 4 months.
I was gonna say, I've heard that album so many times
Mhm.
because of Stone Creek.
Yes.
It's like it was on a loop.
Yes, they are always playing it over there.
Yeah.
Always.
I'm not a coffee shop guy.
Really?
Well, it was that
Yeah.
until the new Lady Gaga album came out, and now
That's
it's just
true.
like, yeah.
I also, I feel like when I go in there, I can tell who's working.
Yeah,
I just
yeah.
know what's playing.
Yep. No, that's absolutely true. That is
Yeah.
100% true.
Blood Orange, I know who it is.
If it's ABBA, yep, I know who it is.
Arctic Monkeys, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, we have 2 more picks as well before we play another Oogwé song. Do you guys want to talk about these ones?
So I picked Gerard Blast by this band called Totorro. They're a really awesome instrumental math rock band.
They're from France, right?
I think so.
It's really interesting. 'cause
Yeah.
My neighbor Totoro is like the first thing that I thought
Yeah.
of.
Yeah.
Too. They don't use
Um,
any imagery from that for some reason.
No, but I really like this song in particular because the ending is very climactic, and yeah, it's just, I think it's one of their best songs, and I mean it's just a math rock hit that's inspired me a lot, and we used to cover a song by Totorro, not this song, but their other song Saveur Cheveux, and yeah. huge influence on my playing as well.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
The one, shout out Totorro. Saveur Cheveux, a blast. I specifically remember the first time we played in Milwaukee. Our cover of that, people started crowd surfing. Like George was up on some hands. There's some really good pictures of that one.
Oh yeah. We should bring that back.
Crowd surfing or the song?
Oh, the song.
This
How
song.
about we just make a song that's as good
We'll never do it.
Make
you
a
gotta
song
believe in
for
yourself.
crowd surfing. Yeah. you
True.
should.
But the song that I added was called White Room by Midair Thief. This is like a folktronica project from Korea. And if you look up this dude, you can't find him. He has no pictures or visuals of himself.
It's like a lot of like the Korean like solo musicians I found, because it's like the same with Paranol.
Yes, yeah, they always like to be like mysterious. It's really cool. But the first time I've talked about this album, and I think this song in particular, with Kamila on their show, and the first time I listened to it was in a hotel room while packing up for Wisconsin State Honors Orchestra. I was at a camp playing cello, and I was cleaning up the room, and I opened Spotify, and an early version of this album showed up on my Spotify recommended, and I listened to the first 2 tracks, and it blew my mind. And when I opened up Spotify again, the album disappeared. My Spotify crashed. I couldn't like the songs. It didn't show up in my listening history. And then 2 months later, this album, Midair Thief, shows up, different album cover, same songs, all the same tracks, and I hear the first song, I'm like, holy crap, it's the same
Did
thing.
they take it down? And
Yeah.
Crazy.
And all of the original track names were in Korean, and then when it got re-uploaded, it was in English.
Because the other version has a different album cover.
Yes, yeah, the other
If you look
version
it
has
up
a
on
completely
YouTube,
different
it's a
album
different
cover.
album cover.
Mm-hmm. But the guitar work in this album is super, super sick. Definitely an inspiration to whatever is being done throughout that album on my end for guitar. Yeah, it's like weird and yoinky and sploinky is how I would describe it. That's all I got. That's Midair Thief.
Do you want to be described as weird and yoinky and spelunky?
Yes.
From time to time.
Yes.
Occasionally. Okay, here is White Room by Midair Thief, and then we'll hear Gerard Blast. And then we're going to listen to your guys' song Modifications.
Woo!
Oh, yeah. Here it comes.
It's one of my favorite songs to play live.
All right, that was Modifications. And you guys were telling me it's one of your favorite songs to play live, right?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah.
We played too fast.
You play.
Yeah.
Yeah, that song is one of my favorites to play live because as a musician, I always like to have a song where I can kind of just do whatever I want. And Modifications is sort of the easiest song where I can do that. So I just get to play all the crazy fills I desire to. And yeah, that's... It's also just like... it's a very quick song, too.
Yeah.
So
I don't think it's even 3 minutes.
I think it's
It's
like
just
Which
under.
is unprecedented for Oogwé.
Yeah.
2
Yes.
minutes 58,
Yeah.
almost 59 seconds.
Almost all of our songs are like 4.5 minutes. Like that's
Yeah.
like just like
Yeah.
naturally what we write.
it's just a very fun song to like just just have fun. And as an artist, I get very bored playing the same thing over and over sometimes. Like one of our songs, Movements,
Yeah.
like it's a really cool song. Sometimes I'm just like, man,
Yeah, the verse
because like I always play it the same every time, and like I never really switch it up. And Modifications, it's like you're never going to see me play it like
The same.
like
twice.
the same way it was recorded ever. So yeah, it's just fun.
Yeah.
Yeah.
To piggyback off of that sentiment, this one is absolutely a blast. It's really quick. This one I play guitar on, and Adrian's playing bass on, and yeah, this one's a real blast. It's only like 3 sections, but and they're revisited a couple times throughout the song in different like contexts. Like when I write stuff for guitar, I'll usually just like, if I'm don't have like some crazy like time signature thing in mind off the bat, I'll just rehash like sections and then change how I present them to make them more interesting or sound different, and then I just try my hardest to remember how I like present them, and then eventually it establishes itself as like the structure. And I think for this one that's like textbook Cal guitar writing.
I'm sure the voice memos were crazy.
The voice memos were nuts. There was like there was like the comes back like 3 times, and I play it different each time. Like Jared said, I'll play it the same every time. But it is similar in a way to what Jared was saying, where I don't really like to repeat a passage more than once in a song. So it's the same like chord structure, same idea. It feels like the same section, but I play it in like a different way. And then there's like a crazy breakdown and like a double speed thing at the end that we do. That's pretty fun. I really like playing this one on guitar. And there's a specific like fill that's like towards the back half of the song where me and Jared do like the same 5 hits in a row, and every single time I pop off a little bit every time we hit that. Like it never gets old. It's so fun. Yeah, good song. Adrian, do you have anything to say about Modifications?
Nope.
All right.
I was gonna ask. You said, did you guys ever make any rules for yourself when you were writing a song? Like, because I know a lot of math rock bands do that. They're like, for this album, you're not allowed to do this, or you're only allowed to do this with like, the guitar can't do this, the tempo can't do. You know what I mean?
I wish.
next time.
We are like chronically rule-less.
Yeah.
We're really bad with that.
That's kind of one of the things that like I want to like start getting into. Like I want to
Creative restriction.
not necessarily a restriction, but more of like, cause like our EP was sort of just like the songs we had, and like they're great on their own, but I don't know if like
cohesiveness.
Yeah, I mean they work together on the EP, but like I kind of want to start working on like bodies of work that are like all of it's like sort of a concept or something. To sort of because that's
That'd be
kind of
awesome.
like I kind of want to improve like not just like my playing, but like my songwriting and composing sort of side of musicianship.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I feel like accomplishing something like that would be really cool.
I was gonna say, I think something that we try to work towards, and something that Kalyan especially does really well, is like using an idea and then changing it to make the song feel like it's connected. Which, if you listen to the songs where I'm playing guitar, a lot of the sections are like very starkly different from each other.
Yeah.
Movements has like the heavy verse, clean chorus. It's like two different ideas that are kind of just strung together, and they do work. But I think we're trying to work more on songs that kind of evolve naturally
Yeah.
into themselves, I guess. There's a better way to put it for sure, but like kind of more of a natural evolution. I know I personally don't really like using when I write songs, I usually end up doing something that's more progressive, probably just because I listen to so much Radiohead.
Oh.
And they don't use like A B A structures. It's like one thing that just keeps going forever.
Yeah, get a load of this guy.
Yeah, I know. Oh, what a nerd.
I guess
Ugh.
the next album will be your Kid A.
This one's like our Kid A. This one's like our masterpiece. But
This is
anyway,
our OK computer.
yeah, Staggering Beauty is like our Pablo Honey.
Yeah, probably.
Anyway,
Yeah.
that's my
okay.
2 cents.
And I enjoyed it. Okay, so we mentioned multiple times you guys are a maths rock band.
Yes.
So I wanted to talk a little bit about maths rock. Yeah, I mean, I've talked about it on the show before, so I'm curious to see how you would describe maths rock to people.
Basically, think about jazz, make it a little bit edgy, a little bit emo, and that's what math rock is, in my
Emo
opinion.
jazz.
Yeah, emo jazz, essentially. I think if you really want to break it down, I think math rock sort of took its place from like a lot of just like early prog rock, so like your King Crimson and stuff, and then sort of, I mean, there's so many different types of math rock, so it's really hard to say. I mean, you have bands like Toe, where it's like a lot more of like a post rock thing.
Yeah.
And then you have bands like Hella, where it's like almost like a hardcore, or like even like, I want to say like Don Cab. Where
Yeah,
it's
Don
like,
Caballero is
yeah.
like one of the earlier.
yeah,
They're
where
still
it's
pretty heavy.
yeah, where it's like pretty adjacent to like hardcore punk. And then you have, like, I want to say, like, more modern bands, like, I guess you could count, like, Polyphia as math rock, and they're, like, more sort of, like, oriented with, like, trap and R&B, I would say.
And in the pop punk field, too, there's, like, Delta Sleep is super adjacent to pop punk. Origami Angel is adjacent to pop punk. I would say less, like, I would say Origami Angel is way closer to pop punk, but like the
newer Delta Sleep stuff is definitely.
Oh, yeah.
Or like
Yeah.
even the
Yeah.
Pink album, whatever it's called. I can't remember what the Pink album's called.
the Sun Chaser, the one with Sun Chaser on it,
I think.
or
No, the one that came out in like 2018.
oh, the EP.
No.
No, okay,
No, the other one.
okay. Well,
Like
some
Sans
Delta C
Soleil on
project.
it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you know what I'm talking about.
How would you describe that one?
I don't know. I feel like they do actually have an interest in infusing like pop elements into their stuff.
They do.
But yeah, I mean, I kind of agree with Gerard. I feel like, at least the way I look at it, is a lot of math rock in the early 2000s, like late 90s, kind of evolved from like post-hardcore,
Yeah.
like At the Drive-In. At the Drive-In
Yeah.
is like almost math rock a lot of the times. And I think, I don't know, for some reason there was this urge to create more complicated versions of that.
Yeah.
And it just kept going. Then you have like American football.
Yeah, it was like a. You ever see like a time lapse of like a mold growth? It was kind of like that.
Yeah.
Where
Just
it like goes through the maze and it's like all like scattered everywhere.
Yeah.
That's kind of math rock. It's pretty like, I mean, like so many. There are like similar math rock bands in terms of vibe, but like as a genre as a whole, you have like heavy math rock, chill math rock, confusing math rock.
Yeah.
Like sad math rock.
Where do you
Scary
guys
math
fit
rock.
in?
I'd say right now probably like I'd say majority were like chill math rock.
Honestly, listening back to the EP, I feel like we're closer to like the Fall of Troy a lot of the times.
I mean, yeah, you're welcome. But yeah, I mean, personally, I'm trying to get a bit more into like the heavier side of things,
Yeah.
just because right now I'm like really into like hardcore punk and mathcore, metalcore, whatever, emo, screamo.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's kind of what is floating my boat right now. But you know, I also like the chill stuff too.
I think on the whole, like math rock as a concept can be a lot. It can like morph into whatever you're interested in, as long as it's like mildly complicated and experimental, and like piggybacking off of other genres. There's so many. Everybody's definition of the genre is a little bit different, and I think that's really cool. And I think that kind of shows within this EP because there's so many different like influences from each of us. Like we're all our own individual fan of certain genres. Jared really likes hardcore. I like. There are so many different like genres to pull from that we're all interested in, and we're all into like very different music, but it comes together in a really cool way, just because there is like a creative space where we all have a say in what is being made, and I think that's really cool and really special.
Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah. Well, I thought we would listen to some Foals because we're talking about math rock, and I think the first time I mentioned math rock on this show was when I covered Foals because they started very math rocky. Yeah, we talked about this, Adrien.
Yeah, we've talked about Foals at length at my job.
Yeah.
I think Foals is like a great example of what we do too, because like I'm a music major. So like when I listen to Foals, there's not like a lot of crazy time signatures, but it's like the aesthetic experience of math rock.
Yeah.
Like it is still math rock.
Yeah,
And that's what we do. Like we're not super complicated.
Yeah.
But it's still definitely like math rock.
Yeah.
Sometimes I get like really into my head, cause like I'll see like a TikTok and it's like a local math rock band but only plays in 4/4, and then I'm like, oh man, is that me? I mean, we have a few songs that have like odd time signatures. I mean, TV Box in specific, I'm pretty sure we have a section in 7/4, which is pretty out there. So.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Goat, Foals.
Yeah.
Goat band.
They are, and they kind of go off what you were saying, Kalyan, about like math rock feeding into other genres, because their new stuff is not really math rock like at all, but you can still hear the kind of like in like where they came from. You can hear it in what they play.
Oh, definitely.
Yeah. So I feel like that goes off there. And then since we've been mentioning Toe a couple times, I thought we'd play Toe. I picked this song, but we could play either of these two.
Goodbye, or wait, which one?
I've got Leave Word, See, and
I'm a
also
big fan of.
my personal favorite.
Oh, from the new album?
I don't
Oh
think
no,
I-
that's Loneliness Will Shine from the new
Yeah.
album.
Loneliness Will Shine is also fire.
It's a
The
great
one you
song.
picked is a
Shout out
banger.
to.
Okay.
I promise.
Okay.
I promise.
We
They're
could
all bangers. It's
They're all
tough.
bangers.
we could play this one because it's a bit shorter, maybe.
More time to yap.
Exactly, which is what people come to the radio for yapping, not for music.
True.
So we've got Foals for you, we've got Toe for you, and then Adrien has some solo stuff.
Yes.
Which I didn't know about, but we are gonna
Yes.
play some of that, and then you can talk about that as well.
Okay.
Okay, first up here is one of my personal favorites from Foals' first album. It's Cassius.
Cassius, it's over. Cassius, away. Cassius, these daydreams okay. Cassius, an accident. Cassius, an accident. Accident. Cassius, it's over. Cassius, away. Cassius, these daydreams okay. Lighthouse is an accident. The lighthouse is an accident. Wish you got away. And what you got is always gone away.
Diarrhea.
Okay.
That was The Wind Took It by Adrien. Do you want to talk about the development of this?
I made this album in my bedroom at my mom's house.
Boom.
And I had to record. The drums were terrible because, like, recording them was terrible because I had to record each piece of the drum set individually. So I'd go through the whole song just playing the snare. And I'd go through the whole song just playing the kick. And it took forever, but it was a labor of love.
Yeah.
Awesome. Fire.
And you yeah.
Fire. Yeah, that was hard.
Did you want to say something?
If you haven't listened to the Adrien Moorhead solo project, you should because it's really good. My other favorite song off of it is "You Look Beautiful, Darling." That one's a banger. The one you just heard was "The Wind Took It," and that thing used to be an Oogwé demo, and then over the summer, Adrien grinded it out and put it on the solo project. So that's like proto Oogwé.
Proto Oogwé, yes.
There we go.
Real ones know.
And
Real
I guess
ones
as you're
know.
listening, you are a real one now.
Mhm.
Because you know.
Everyone here is a real one.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, I wanted to play another one of your songs before we play anything else. Do you guys want to listen to Movements or Hydrangeas? What are you feeling?
I'm feeling Hydrangea right now.
Let's do
I'm sorry, I know you have movements
Hydrangea.
pulled up.
No, look.
We don't get to talk
easily
about.
done.
So this is version 4 of Hydrangea.
Yeah.
We've recorded this song so many times, and all of them sound terrible except for this one.
Yeah.
This is like, you can listen to the other versions on SoundCloud.
Okay.
They're so bad. They're so bad.
What
We
made
cooked
this
with
one
this
different?
We actually.
I figured out how to
had
record
takes.
music. Yeah, because like, the stuff we have on SoundCloud is pre me recording Bronco, and then I recorded Bronco, and I learned so much from that. And then this album is the product of me learning how to record people. So just like a lot of experience and heartbreak, and me going, why does this sound so bad? What did I do wrong? But yeah, this is like final product.
Yeah.
And version.
Yeah. This is also an interesting song because this song's really hard to play live.
It's definitely our hardest song to play live.
Yeah, it's either that or I think we were about to play Movements, were we not?
Yeah.
Those two are really hard to play live, but Hydrangea for me specifically because there's a tom part about midway through that I have a bad habit of rushing this song, and the moment I get to that tom part, it's over. It's over.
every BPM
it's over. So yeah, this song is kind of interesting. It was like one of our like first like demos, I think, alongside. Well, Movements was like
That was like our first song.
Yeah, that was like our first song we wrote together. Hydrangea, yeah, very soon after, and Hydrangea, man, that was like initially like what was going to be our hit, and then
Our creep, if you will.
like it was sort of like our fan favorite of our sets for like a moment.
Yeah.
And then I think we had like I went back home for a summer, and then I like really like started grinding on drums, and then I like revisited Movements and made the drums all crazy because I got way better over that
Yeah,
summer.
you came to our practice space, which was at the time my grandma's garage, and you said, guys, look at this, and you went do ga, and it was my mind
Yeah.
exploded.
Yeah.
But we're listening to Hydrangea. We're not listening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, we can listen
Shout out
to
Hydrangea,
Movement after.
Macrophila, my favorite.
Yeah, you'll hear. What is that from?
That's from Regular Show.
I knew it was from Regular Show.
that
It's
what-
Eileen.
Yeah.
Is that what you named it for? Or
No, I found it afterwards. I was just looking for random Regular Show samples, and I found Hydrangea, and I was like,
Match made in heaven. Right?
yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
God.
It was such an awesome coincidence.
How do you guys name your songs?
We pick
First
a
word
we
that
pick a
comes to
cool
our
word.
mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
First word.
And
Because
it's
we don't have lyrics, so it doesn't really matter.
yeah. We also have a bad habit of naming them just like one word, like
what was fucking Pookie?
yeah.
That was the song
and
name.
we had another demo called Dijon.
Yeah, Dijon, like the mustard.
Next time I have a sandwich, I'll listen to it.
Yeah.
It's a
Ooh,
sandwich song.
This song goes so well with sandwich.
I think
Pairs really well.
I think
with
our
bread.
longest song title is like television box or flash shadows.
Well, no,
and it's
'cause
just
Kalyan-
2 words.
Kalyan has green song, right?
Yeah, there's one in the works. I don't have a name for it. It's just green.
That's how we name our songs. Kalyan made a song and he said this one feels pretty green. And
I
then
like that.
He sent me a picture of a fox wearing a scarf, and the scarf was green. He said, "I think this guy would like it." This guy.
I don't remember
That's
that.
so good. Oh my god, I wish we had that one. But we will be listening to Hydrangea right now.
Then
we-
just do Black Sox. It's fine.
We have a couple more picks. Yeah, we're gonna talk about a couple more songs before the show ends today.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Are we doing Show Valley next? Is that the next one?
We can
Or
do,
Follow Troy?
We can do Follow
Fall
Up
of
to you
Troy.
guys. What order?
Fall of Troy's one of my favorite bands. I love them. They're like a sasscore, math rock band. They're really cool.
They're like poopcore. They're like fart
Yeah,
rock.
they have a very interesting story because they pretty much were like just a really good up and coming band. I think from I don't even know where they're from, but they were on Guitar Hero.
Oh, really?
Yeah, their song FC Premix was on Guitar Hero, and that's how I found them out. And yeah, they're just a really cool band. I think this album in specific, Doppelganger, inspired a lot of like the heavier sections on Staggering Beauty for sure.
Oh yeah.
And yeah, I love them.
Yeah. Yes. FCP Remix is like number 3 inspiration for Oogwé guitar parts.
Except we're playing Mouse Like Sidewinder with Missiles, which is arguably a better song.
Arguably a better song.
In my opinion.
It's just that the other one's so iconic. But yes,
Yeah.
Fall of Troy bangs.
Oh yeah.
Show Valley is
Yeah,
on
we
there
have
Oh,
Show
Show Valley.
Valley.
We love Show Valley.
Yeah, shout out Show
I'm
Valley.
technically a member of that band.
Jared
How are you
technically is the drummer.
Yeah.
Show Valley is a little project that our goat Tillman is the spearheader of. Shout out Tillman. Logic Wizard. This dude knows everything about Logic.
It's like a Logic warlock.
Mm-hmm. Logic Pro.
For those who don't know, that's like a music software that you can like make music with.
That's where all of Staggering Beauty was made.
Oh,
That is true. I got
Logic.
Tillman to help
Damn.
Shout out Tillman.
Yeah.
Tillman helped mix. He gave a
showed me how
lending
to
ear.
Yeah.
But yeah, the song is called Second Plan. I feel like we've done a cover of this at some point, haven't we? No.
We did Can't Remove.
We did Can't Remove.
This song's too hard to play.
Okay, but the whole Show Valley EP is fire. Give it a listen. It's friend Tillman,
Yeah.
local Milwaukee legend. Yeah.
Member of Frantic Repair.
Member of Frantic
And
Repair
Human Ant Farm.
and Human Ant Farm and
I'll
Remember April
And Show Valley.
and Show Valley.
Damn, that's a lot.
That's what is that
He's
for?
infamous.
Yeah,
I
one
need
could
to- I need
say.
to hit him back up so we can start doing some Show Valley practices.
I
again.
need to see Show Valley live.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, we actually.
Every time Show Valley is brought up, like, cause I have them in my bio, so sometimes people will ask me, "Yo, when's Show Valley playing?" And it's
Never.
like, ask Tillman, cause like Tillman's in like at least 6 bands by now. And
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told Tillman that because Show Valley takes so long to set up and because it's so hard for them to schedule things, that we're like the honorary Show Valley band.
Yeah.
I was like, we will learn all of the songs and you can just hop on the mic and sing them and we'll play them.
Or if you play them without him, you could be like a cover band.
Yeah,
No
yeah.
Valley.
Well, we've done that before. We played Can't Remove, another song
Yeah.
off of the EP, and whenever he's there, and we'll just have him come up on stage and sing the song, and it's so much fun.
And then the last one that we perhaps will add, it's going to be a game day decision. It's either going to be Parachute Day, which is an awesome math rock band from Chicago that we had the privilege of playing with, or the band Pele, which is a 90s Milwaukee post-rock legendary act.
I'd argue they're also math rock.
I would also argue they're math rock. Yeah. Their Spotify bio says post rock, which is the
Yeah.
only reason I say that. But yeah, it is very math rock.
I would say like post rock has so many other like genres in it. I could see
that's so
math
true.
rock like being a subgenre or
Absolutely.
in that family.
Yeah, it
Yeah.
definitely is.
So I don't think they're lying. They're just keeping their options broad. Yeah. Okay. We were gonna listen to these, but don't go anywhere because we have another Oogwé song to play later as well to close out the show. Ooh, exciting! First up, here is everybody's favorite Greek story. It's the Fall of Troy. Okay, we picked Pele in the end.
Yeah, the game day decision brought us to
I
Pele.
haven't
Shout
heard
out.
this song before. That was really good.
Yes, you should listen to the whole thing. It's my roommate Frank's birthday today, and happy birthday, Frank. Happy birthday, Frank. Right?
Happy birthday, Frank.
Happy birthday, Frank, from Gerard, from Mitra, and from Adrien, and from me, of course. And I had a conversation with Frank and Braden were hanging out in the living room, and they asked, we need some Kal music. Cue something up. I put on Pele, and then they were like, oh, this is good. I really like this. And then I tell them to scroll down to the bottom of the Spotify bio where it says post-rock band from like the late 90s from Milwaukee. And they were like, holy crap. And Frank gave me this prompt. If Oogwé were to end up as Pele-esque, where you make like some really objectively good music, and then it's like you have like 5,000 listeners, and like at the end of the day, like he was asking me if that would be like if that would be like the goal, if that would be like if I would be cool with that, and I would be, yes, that is perfect for me.
You know what's really funny about that? Me and Jared, I'm gonna borrow this for a sec. Me and Jared have literally at least twice like finished band practice and talked about that exact scenario. But like, here's the dream. We make 2 really obscure albums, 1 or 2, that like maybe a couple thousand people listen to, like it's big in the city that we're from. Then we disappear for 20 years, and then we reunite.
30 years, we come back.
Yep, we come back.
We're all like married, maybe divorced.
We got kids and
We
stuff.
have kids and shit, and then we just like we group back together and make very depressing.
We make another album reflecting on the naivete of our early 20s.
Yeah.
And how we don't want to be like our fathers before us.
Yeah.
Except for your dad's pretty chill, Kal. Yeah. But
Shout out Kal's dad.
Yeah, that is literally the goal. That's the goal.
That's pretty.
That's
I
what
love
we're
that
trying
for
to
you
do.
Guys. Would you immediately have a tour, a reunion tour?
I think so.
Chico-esque,
Yeah, I think so.
You'd have to hit up Down and Downer.
I feel like Down and Downer
Play
by
at the
that
rave.
point would be like.
You just gotta call Ben.
It'd be like a whole agency.
Yeah.
Yeah. Start.
Do you remember us?
Yo, we are the actual day ones.
Time for you to pay us back. Give us a show.
Please.
Yeah.
Maybe they'd release your album.
That would be cool. That'd be cool if I could see Down and Downer becoming a label.
That could be cool.
That would be cool.
Maybe.
Yeah.
In the future.
I feel like they're just gonna be like a. Like I feel like it's gonna be pretty similar to like a JJ from X-Ray.
Oh yeah, where he like books a bunch
Yeah.
of people everywhere. Yeah.
Oh,
Cool
okay.
stuff.
We have one last song for all our lovely listeners.
Bless you.
Bless you. We have one last song, also off of this EP. Staggering Beauty.
Wow.
I'm quite staggered. And you guys chose Flash Shadows. You want to talk about it?
I had one of the guys from famous band Forktail. Forktail, yes. I don't know why I ended that with a question. I know their name, but they hit me up and they said Flash Shadows is my favorite. And I thought this song was gonna bomb really bad. Not because I don't like it, just because it's slow and it takes its time to build up, and it's kind of more, it's less heavy, less attention grabbing. But people have had a really positive response to it, which is very enlightening.
Yeah, I've had a lot of people tell me this was like their favorite one off of the EP, which is really awesome. Like 3 or 4 people have texted me and be like, yeah, this is the one.
Mm-hmm.
This is the one. This one is probably my favorite to play live on bass, because at the start, it starts with just Adrien on guitar, and then there's like a liminal little bass and drum part that eases it in. And as it goes throughout, we get to the end, and there's like a slower section with a crazy little like breakdown thing, and the walk down little bass line that I play on there is so God. Every other show I'll get chills from it. It's like genuinely, I really like playing that one. What is this? Oh.
Sounds like someone crapping.
Crapping. But yeah, I like Flash Shadows a lot. This one's super fun. Jared, you want to talk about the vocals or anything else?
Yeah, I'll talk about it. This was like the first song in Oogwé that I wrote vocals for. It's just one line. It's "You wake, you wane." I'm not going to get into about what that means. It's a little personal, but yeah, this was the first song that I was like, I'm going to sing on this. And also, recording this was pretty interesting because this was one of the songs where I tried to demonstrate sort of holding back a little bit. And I think it worked really well because when I listen to it back, I like hear some of the stuff I play, and I'm like, wow, I could not do that now. I had some crazy self-control in the studio for this. So yeah, it's a really cool song. Adrien and I bond over it because it's sort of like our toe inspired song. And yeah, I remember I liked it a lot when I first heard the demo of it. So yeah.
Lovely. And that means that there's only one song on the EP that we won't have played on here, which partly tactical. If you're a completionist, now you have to go to Spotify. Yeah, like could you really go the rest of the day knowing that there's only one song stopping you from having heard the whole EP?
Yeah.
I don't think I could.
No, you have to go.
You gotta go Oogwé. You gotta go and listen to Movements, which you've talked about as well. So yeah, I'm being kind of mean. In case you need the spelling, it's Oogwe with an accent on it. Yeah. An acute accent.
Ooh.
Oh yeah.
That's what
Okay,
it's called.
Mitra.
Yeah.
Okay, Mitra.
Thanks so much for being on the show, guys. I hope
Thank you for having us.
I
It was so
enjoyed
much fun.
this. I
Yeah.
really enjoyed this.
It was a blast.
Yeah. I hope that you listening wherever you are also enjoyed it. I also hope you have a wonderful rest of your day and that you come back to Prowl Radio every day, but specifically at 12 on Mondays.
Boom.
Check out Oogwé's EP, Staggering Beauty. Is it on every streaming? It's on Spotify.
it's on everything.
It's everywhere.
We have to upload it officially to YouTube, but it should already be on there. It's just like
There
on
we
a
go.
topic channel.
It's on Spotify. It's on YouTube. It's on, what else do people use? Apple Music.
Deezer.
Tidal? That's
Tidal.
crazy. It's on Tidal. It's on Deezer. SoundCloud.
Pandora, maybe.
I don't
Pandora.
know about Pandora.
Could be on Pandora. You got.
I'm-
You gotta
I'm
open
pretty
the
sure
box
it's on
and find
Pandora,
out.
Yeah.
Hey,
Oh, jeez.
You gotta go.
shout out to the Pandora users. I don't know why you would do that to yourself, but
But if you have chosen to, it's on there.
It's on
it
there.
should be on there at least.
Yeah.
Silver lining.
So, before we start this final track, Flash Shadows, once again, I have been Mitra. Do you guys want to?
Oh, I'm Adrien.
And you're the what of the band?
Oh, and I play guitar and bass.
And I'm Gerard. I am primarily the drummer. I did most of the vocals though.
And I am Kalyan, and I played guitar and bass on the project.
Lovely. And I've been your host. They've been Oogwé. You've been listeners. Do you guys want to say goodbye?
Bye. Bye.